Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Just let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. And just help me like and share the stream as we get started. Um so okay, the live is on. Beautiful. It's a beautiful morning. So Thursday. I'm glad to be back here. So let's look at a couple of things. Maybe we can catch a trade together. Who knows, right? Just maybe we can catch a trade together. Just let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Let's go, guys. Let's see. For some weird reason, gold is going up. I didn't think it could be going up this time. I didn't think it would be going up. For some weird reason, it's going up. We'll figure out why, and maybe we'll see what's causing that, right? Maybe we'll see what's causing that, and maybe we can find an opportunity, right? Maybe we could. Meantime, let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. I don't know why Telegram runs ads in my channel for some weird reason. I need to figure out where I need to turn off this. There should be a way to do it. Because when I make a post, and sometimes you guys see it, you see an ad, right? Like some random channel ad that they're trying to sponsor or something. And I always say this: don't click things that you don't understand. So if they put an ad just right below my post, you just don't have to click the stuff. You don't know where you land yourself. That's the only challenge, right? Yeah, you don't know where you're gonna find yourself in. You could find yourself in the wrong hands. Yeah, there's an area of interest here. So this is yesterday's work. Let me take this out for now. We don't need this. This stuff here, I'm gonna take it out because it's gonna be like a fresh analysis, right? And then we kind of like project where price is headed to and stuff. It already looks like it's bullish now. Yeah, it does look like it's bullish now. We're breaking this high. We haven't fully broken though. Asian high, and then also there's like a resistance level right exactly here. All right, this one here, resistance level. And then I think if we break here, maybe we could go back to yesterday's London Sessions high, which is going to be pretty much here. How many points is this though? Let's see. This is going to be if we do break, that's only if we do break. 400 points. 400 points. Alrighty. Doesn't sound bad. Yeah, it looks like we break an Asian high, which is pretty much here. That's a sign that maybe price is interested in going up. It also looks like we do have lots of volume here too. Yeah, if you look at this as well, I saw somebody put this in one of our platforms. It looks like we're breaking this. I don't know, you call it channel or something like that. Yeah. It also looks like I overlooked this, right? Because I had an entry prior to this. It looks like we have a Fibonacci retracement level that was holding right somewhere here. And I overlooked it. Yeah, I slept on it. Look at this. There's a Fib level here, which is 50.0. 50.0. Maybe the best entry should have been right here. Maybe the best entry should have been right here. Or maybe it should have been, let's say it should have been maybe on this candle. Because that candle closes bullish. And maybe you put a stop here like this, and then maybe you have like a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio, which could be something like that. Just maybe. I don't know. Maybe this should have been the case. Yeah. But anyway, London just started. We could get a very, new opportunity or something like that. But I do think that maybe this should have been the case. Yeah, I don't know. You guys caught buys or maybe you caught I don't know. You got caught by sells or something. I don't know. How you doing? I'm good, man. How you doing? Long week rejection. Yes. Massive week rejection. Why didn't gold adhere to the playbook in terms of wall? Would I happen to have an idea? Not really. I also think it should be going down. Should have been going down, but I think it's bullish. Probably should have been going down. I do think it's bullish. Yeah. I'm suggesting that the entry should have been here. Yeah, but I mean, it's all data now. Price is already moving. It's sitting above this fib level, which is a 0% level. So 0% also looks like it's is above Asian. It looks like we could push up. I would head to look for an entry immediately here. Yeah, maybe we'll wait for the next candle to close or something like that. Let's see what happens. Maybe if we could wait for that and see what we could, you know, look out for. You guys let me know in the chat as well. What else are you trading this morning? I could look at that as well. All right. That's what I always do. Just let me know in the chat what else you're looking at. This is a job of economists, no traders, fantasy, working, losing money. What do you mean, bro? You're gonna get blocked, brother. Don't tempt me. It's so early in the morning, bro. It's so early in the morning. I could be a pain for you. Okay, let's block this guy. This guy is being stupid. He's saying a lot of garbage. Why joining someone else's stream? Just say lots of garbage. You don't have a better life? Why would you join someone else's stream to just say all this garbage? All of you here are losing money. Bro, who told you we're losing money? Who told you we're losing money? You are losing money trading block. The hell is this guy talking about? Guys, what the hell is this guy talking about on YouTube? You know what? Let's block this guy. Bro, get out of here. We don't need you here. You're a senseless deadbeat. We don't need you here. Okay, let's block this guy. Cool. Fine. What else are you guys trading? Let's look at that. Like and share the stream, and then we can everyone's laughing in the chat. Oh man, it's lots of drama around here sometimes. You just need to enjoy. You just need to enjoy. Lots of drama around here sometimes. Guys, let me know what you're trading, and then we can pretty much just look at it. I'm watching the chat right now. Yeah, he's already blocked. We don't need him. We don't need him. Cool stuff. There is an impulse move here. You guys know markets don't move in a straight line, right? So if markets give you an impulse, there's a high chance that if they have to continue for the next impulse, they maybe might most likely give a pullback, right? Before they could potentially maybe continue like that. All right. Yeah, most likely that this could be the case. All right. Every time market's moving, and that's the biggest reason. Okay. And I've gotten traders ask me this one question. Let me show you guys something, right? I've gotten traders ask me, I'm going to check out the watermark here so that I can just show you guys clearly what I want to show you here. All right. I've gotten traders ask, look at these three different scenarios. Okay. Let's look at the first scenario. The first scenario, one trader is trying to make $100. Is risking, let's say risking $100 to make $100. All right. So here, trader A risks. Okay, we're gonna say, and you guys tell me where you fall. Risk $100. Okay, and then wait. Okay, there we go. And then reward. Come on, man. Reward maybe another $100. All right. This is maybe trader A. Okay, you're doing something like that, and a lot of you guys are maybe victims of this, right? You risk $100 to make like $100, which is cool, not a problem, right? Then there's trader B. All right. Trader B would maybe risk, let's say they would risk that to maybe make like, let's say 3 times that. Okay. 3 times that. Trader B. All right. Risking maybe $100 to make, okay, so risk maybe $100, and then maybe the reward here could be $300, right? Yeah, $300. Okay, is maybe potentially, okay, let's put reward right here. Potentially that's the, whoa, what's happening? Okay, there we go. Potentially the reward is 3 times the risk. All right, you're risking $100 to make $300. All right, and then there is trader, okay, let's say this is trader A. All right, trader A, this one's trader A, and then we have trader B. Trader B is this one here. All right, and then we also equally, let's say we have trader C. Right, trader C, I'm going to push this like that, and then let's say we have trader C. Now trader C is, most of you guys are victims of this. All right, most of you guys are victims. Trader C is going to be risking like this, and then they have maybe like sometimes they have like a very tight stop. Okay, very tight stop, like very tight, like maybe let's say 10 points, maybe let's say maybe 5 points, and maybe let's say 20 or something like that, 50 points, whatever the case might be. And then they're risking that to make, let's say they're trying to make 7 times that. Okay, so trader C in this case risks $100. All right, and then the reward, they want to make, this person wants to make a jackpot. They're not playing, they want to make a jackpot, $700. All right, and this is trader B, trader C actually. All right, you guys let me know, just type any of these letters. You guys let me know which you think is the best trading approach in terms of risk and execution and exit, of course, right? So this is exit, execution, risk, entry, exit, execution, yeah, which is entry, and risk. Which of these 3, A, B, C, which of these 3 do you think is more sustainable long term? Yeah, I'm gonna look at the charts right now. There's no entry, so I just want to give you guys some perspective here. Which of the 3 do you guys fall on? Which one do you think is actually most sustainable? You can give me reasons of why you think it's sustainable as well. You guys can give me reasons, and I'll explain to you my perfect pick. Most of you guys who join the stream, you already know actually. B, 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 A, 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 C, B, B, C. Someone says D. Bro, why are you saying D? Where's D here? There's no D on my screen. Why are you saying D? Oh, you guys just think of things in your heads and be like D. Bro, why is D? There's no D on my screen. There's A, B, and C. A is risking $100. Okay, maybe it looks crazy if I put it. Let me push it up like this. Okay, A is risking $100 to make $100. B is risking $100 to make 3 times that, and then C is risking $100 to make $700. Right? I know what most of you guys do. Even if most of you guys are saying A is better, B is better, C is better. Most of you guys, what you actually do is you fall on C, and then you think trading is like this, right? You think if markets are moving, like let's say if markets are gonna move, if you enter here, markets are just gonna move like let's say go up, come down a bit maybe, and then they go up and then they hit your TP, right? That's what you think. Like you think that's how trading should be, and that's how trading is always gonna be. Of course not. That's never the case, right? And some of you guys think, well, if I could just make an entry here, I don't care about anything else. I just want to strike for what I risk. Like if I have $100, I just want to make back the same, right? But again, if you look at A, you realize that this is not sustainable because you're risking the same amount to make back equivalent the same basically amount that you're putting forth as risk. All right. I personally have always gone for B all times, every time. And the reason is very simple. All right. If I make an entry here, it has to make perfect sense, of course, based off like my technicals, my approach in terms of like my assessment, my risk and all that. All right. And equally, it has to make sense in the sense of risk as well. All right. I'm not a type to risk $50 to try and make 1,000. That's unrealistic. A lot of you guys fall on that. Like you put forth $100, you want to make 1,000. That's unrealistic. Unrealistic, but not impossible. All right, unrealistic, but not impossible. It is very possible, but it's very unrealistic. You know what's going to happen? Let's say in this scenario, C, right? Because markets don't move in a straight line. What's going to happen? You make an entry here, markets will move up. Okay, well, you could have executed, and you could have maybe like, you know, taken some gains right there, you know, before markets come down, because this is how markets move. Then they'll go up, and sometimes they'll go back to your entry, and then sometimes they'll go up, and then they'll do that, and then they'll go slightly, maybe halfway your trade plan before you realize it, markets are back down here. And because of greed, and this is what we sometimes explain for greed in trading, because then why are you trying to make 7 times your risk? It makes no sense to me. Even if you are a swing trader, to be honest with you, I personally don't think swing trading is all that sustainable. I personally don't think, especially if your account is very small. Like if you have a very small account, you cannot be swing trading. If your account is less than $10,000, you cannot be swing trading. Get it from me. Trust me, I'm telling you this because I've been a victim of what I'm explaining right now. All right. I don't think swing trading is so sustainable for anybody who has less money in their account, because it's a whole emotional roller coaster. Price will always move in waves, and these waves sometimes they give you opportunities, all right, to maybe like exit. Like if you entered here, you could have maybe taken some gains right here. All right, like a person who made an execution right here, they could take some gains. They could take some gains here. They could also take some gains here before price turns around, right? But again, price turns around, they'd be like, oh shit, you know what? Price was up. I was up like $300, and then I just ended up giving it back because I kept on holding. Bro, you don't know how to trade. And that should explain to you that trading is not like that. Like you don't execute and price moves in a straight line. It rarely happens that way. All right. So if anything else, take the lesson here. Go for B, because I feel like B is more sustainable. But even when you go for B, here's a trick. All right. Even when you go for B, because price moves in waves. Okay, look at this, guys. Because price moves in waves, you make an execution right here, and then price is gonna go maybe sometimes in a drawdown, right? Cool stuff. It's not he just stop. You know, you've not lost on the trade. You're just in drawdown. Fine. Don't add positions here. A lot of you guys, you add positions here. Don't add positions here. Maybe when price goes back up, well, you can start thinking of adding positions. Cool, because now you are in a winning trade. Maybe it's gonna go back to your entry. Fine. And then maybe it's gonna shoot up a little bit. Maybe it's gonna come back down. Again, that's how price moves. And maybe it's gonna go up. Maybe it's gonna come back a little bit down. Maybe it's gonna now eventually hit your TP and maybe fly all the way to the upside like that. All right. Sometimes that's the case. You know, that happens. But again, let me give you guys some hint here. The best possible thing you can do is, in as much as you have a 1 to 3, is cut it into 3 portions. All right. First portion, which most times for me, I refer to this as like my TP1, right? So now TP1 is you could secure some gains right at this spot, or you could push a stop right around that level, or, you know, yeah, you could probably just start trailing your stop or whatever the case is. If you trail stop, in this case, it gets hit. So yeah, some of you guys don't want to do that, but I think it's also sustainable that you do so. You could also have like a TP2 somewhere there. And then obviously you could have like your final TP where the trade plan ends right up there. All right. And the biggest reason why you want to do something like this is to achieve a high win rate. All right. Because trading is also more about your win rate, like how often you are winning, more than how often you are taking trades that are probably just playing out, and after that you don't win at the end of the day, right? Because we've seen sometimes you take a trade here, it goes all the way up here, and because you don't secure anything, price comes down, it goes against you, you end up losing on a winning trade, which is chaotic. Like I don't think you would love that. Somebody says you need to give the trade a breathing space. Exactly. So I mean, like if you enter like this one, your stop is so tight that there's no much breathing space for markets to probably, let's say, maneuver around and so on. I came here late. Are you already in a trade? Nah, bro, we're not in a trade. I was just trying to explain something here. This trade scenario B is the highest possible setup that I personally would take on a regular basis. All right. Yeah. And I would cut my TPs into like 3 and, you know, secure accordingly. Yeah. I hope you guys learned something from that anyway. Right? If you do see, cool. I hope you're profitable, but most cases you're not. Yeah, there's a high chance that you're not profitable if you if you take trades like say, because what will happen is that there's a huge emotional roller coaster involved here, and most of us traders, we cannot handle that pressure, right? That comes from all these swings and swing high and swing low and prices moving all over the place. We cannot handle that. And A is also equally not so sustainable in the long run. It's not sustainable, right? Hey guys, I could rant here, but I just hope you took the lesson, right? My lesson here is if you make an execution, just have the right risk-reward ratio and have the right trade setups, because markets don't move in a straight line. They never will. They never would. Even if you were to execute, let's say here, let's bring back the watermark, right? I think we need that. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it to this so it doesn't cloud up so much here. Even if you were to execute right exactly where price is, let's say you execute right here, and then maybe you put like a stop. You cannot put your stop down here, of course. You put your stop like maybe at the recent low of the entry candle, and then maybe you have like a 1-to-3 risk-reward ratio. I bet this is better than having a very tight stop. Let's say tight stop like this, and then you have, let's say, a 1-to-8 risk-reward ratio, which makes no sense. To be honest with you, like this makes no sense, because any pullback here or any candle that pushes against you, kicks you out, thereafter, because you didn't give your trade enough room to breathe, you see price shooting all the way to the upside. All right, cool stuff. I do think that price is bullish now, guys. To be honest, I do think that price is bullish. Well, this could be a very good entry as well, because if you look left, there's no much traffic on the left side. This could be a very good entry. I'm thinking of taking it, but I'm trying to observe something too. I'll let you guys know if I take the trade though. Is this the level though? So it looks like it. Yeah, it looks like it. But let's see what happens. I used to be C a year ago. I can confirm I was not profitable. Most likely you wouldn't. Because then there's a whole emotional roller coaster. You're better off aiming for a trade scenario that has, let's say, the best possible trade scenario is 1-to-2 first and foremost. Then you go to 1-to-3. All right. So you graduate. Probably start with 1-to-2, not 1-to-1. 1-to-1 is not, that doesn't make you a profitable trader. 1-to-2 is better. Then you graduate to like 1-to-3, and then you don't go past that. Yeah, should have entered there. Maybe not. Let's see. Candle closes in a few minutes. Hopefully it doesn't go past this negative 27.0 level here. Yeah, this is my ideal setup as well. Someone's asking that. This is my ideal setup too. I do think the price should go up like this. Inflation fears. Let's see what happens though. Let's see. The volume came in around here, and then now we look like we could go across this level simply because it's there's not much going on. We like to say it's clean traffic, so let's see if that's going to be the case. I haven't made an execution yet. I'm just going to observe and just wait and see what happens here. There's a level of interest here too. If you stretch this across, used to be an exhaustion level, price is above it now. I'm not going to leave this here though, my charts, but there's a level of interest right on the left side here. If you look at this going on, this also adds up to it. Price was rejecting off that level, and then now we're above. Could act as a support level more than a resistance level. Isn't it overbought? Well, it looks like it. It does look like it's overbought. How is the volume profile? I stretched across the lowest and highest points of my impulse moves. How about shifting your stop above your entry points once you're in profits? That's also good. Although in some cases, if you shift your stop so quickly, I would like to do that if price goes to my 1 to 2 first, right? If I have 1 to 3 here, if price goes somewhere here, all right, maybe I could move my stop to my entry, all right, to kind of like protect my trades, right? But I wouldn't shift this to my entry like right now, because I know one thing for sure, it's gonna get hit, right? It's definitely gonna get hit. So just avoid doing it so quickly. I think I've seen people move their stop to the entry so quickly, then markets come back, hits it. Afterwards, markets go in that same direction, and then you start wishing, whoa, why did I even put the stop? Right. So I think you have to also do it very strategically, right? Possibly. Let's see what happens here. Candles closing soon. Yeah, there's high chance price will go up there. If you look left, there's a high chance that could happen. Are you in the trade? No, I'm not in the trade yet. In 1 to 3, how about adding buy limits or sell limits? It's all up to you, to be honest. So if you want to start off with all your initial entries at the same spot, like if you have like a single lot, let's say one lot, and you want to risk one lot for the entire trade, you could go all in with that at the initial entry without spreading your risk across as price is moving. I've seen traders, a lot of traders do that. I also would do that sometimes, where I spread my risk. I make an entry right here. As price is moving, I spread my risk, right? Like I enter some positions here, though that's risky because if price pulls back, those initial entries you entered, obviously get in drawdown. When price goes back to your initial entry spot from the main entry, you kind of like suffer a drawdown in the process, right? So you just need to understand how to do it strategically as well. Are you in a trade? No, I'm not. What point of interest are you looking at on BTC? I haven't touched it. I will look at it in a bit. What time frame do you use mostly? 15 minutes and 5 minutes time frame. I think those are good time frames to get good trades. I bought yesterday. I'm still holding. Nice. Good for you. Is it possible for session to open and close without a week? Yes, it's very possible. This was clear in a 5 minutes time frame when it broke the range and it pulled back. Oh yeah, 5 minutes time frame. Let's see. Oh, the range on the left side. Okay, I see that. Yeah, the only reason why I'm hesitant on making this entry is because I still feel, because of this impulse, right? There's an impulse here. Of course, we moved across this level. I'm gonna invalidate this for now. But there's an impulse move, if you look at the 5 minutes too, that I would be expecting price to maybe retrace across, right? So this impulse starts from low here and then maybe somewhere up, London session high. All right, so I would be expecting possibly price to retrace first, and maybe we look for some lows, then we could maybe push up. Yeah. I kind of feel like the best entry for this actual impulse, like I told you guys earlier when I came on the stream, the best possible entry was somewhere here. It was somewhere here. Or this candle. I don't think this candle though, but I think this one. This one had the best possible entry. Yeah. So meantime, I'll watch out for this level, so I don't really have any premature entries. You know, sometimes you rush positions thinking you're gonna miss a trade, but you're not missing anything after all. Right, so I'll watch this level here. Yeah, I'll watch this level right here. I'll watch this level. If you stretch the trend line across here, look, if you do stretch the trend line across here, it looks like we are more on the resistance side, right, than anything else. So we're better off maybe waiting for pullback so we can make the right execution when price is lower. All right, so I'll put this on the screen. Okay, Waiting for buys at 4080. Yeah. If you don't see this, it's up to you. You're blind. At least it's clear. It's so clear and visible here, right? Yeah. So I'm waiting for price to get to 4080. All right. And maybe we could look for better possible buys around here. Yeah. And those buys could push price to this high. This one. Maybe. We'll see. No confirmation for now, so we just wait. I think we just wait. How can I join your platforms? There's links in my bio, bro. Like if you're on TikTok, I see you asking on TikTok, check my bio. There's links there. If you're on YouTube, there's links in my description right now. So check those links and then you can join. Check those links and you can join. I received an email from you this morning to join the VIP. Yeah, follow the prompts in the email and you can join the VIP. I think there's some mails that my team consistently always send, and then we just like try to interact with you and whatever. So just you could check it out. You guys let me know what else are we looking at so I check it out. For now, we're waiting for gold to come down, then we can look for buys somewhere down here. It pays to be patient. It really pays to be patient. It does pay to be patient. So you guys let me know what else are you looking at, and then we could merge the understanding across there. What happens if price breaks the trend line? Okay, I'm not more of a trend line trader of some sort. I use this as guide for swings, like swing highs, swing lows. Not necessarily like breakouts for like trend line breakouts and so on. Not really. But I know if we could break London Station's high, potentially we could shoot up to previous London Station high. Yeah. What's also happening here is, if you're not seeing it clearly, we are getting some kind of like this reversal chart pattern of some sort. All right. Yeah. It might not really be like all that fulfilled in a sense. What do you call this? Invest head and shoulders. Yeah. Invest head and shoulders. Well, one of the first things I learned when I got into trading. Yeah. Because I was curious to know how that worked. Invest head and shoulders. Yeah. I don't think the patterns alone can put you in a position of profitability. I don't think that merging them with some extra confluency can possibly, put you in a position of profitability in a sense. But they themselves alone, it's the same thing as if you're using candlestick patterns only. Like your spinning tops, your dojis, your engulfing candlesticks, what else? Yeah, and all that stuff, right? I don't think they themselves alone can make you profitable. I don't really think so. Yeah, I think if you merge it with some extra confluency, I think it puts you in a better position of profitability, right? My thought anyway, my peace of mind. Please check out BTC. Okay. Let's look at BTC. We had analysis yesterday. We were looking for sales, I think somewhere here during London, and we saw sales played out, right? Perfect. But right now, it's a different story. It does look like prices failed to break this level down here. There's an area of interest right there. There's another one too that price I think would need to retest here. It goes all the way down here because it's like an exhaustion level too, based off the wicks on the left side. You see this wick here? It creates an entire exhaustion level. Yeah, if you scroll back. I don't need to go all that way, but I do think that this level is quite valid where it is. Would I look for buys immediately here? No. Why? Buys already in motion. Maybe if we were somewhere here, you see this kind of breaking the level, right? Maybe we could look for buys immediately there. And maybe we could put a stop like something like that. And then we could have like a TP or something like that. All right. So I don't think buys right where price is very good. I think waiting here too for a pullback into this exhaustion level. And then wait to see if we can get any confirmations for price to push up. I think this is more sustainable than getting into buys right now. I don't think that's... You're better off missing the move than taking the risk of making an execution at the wrong spot. Right, so I think in this case, we're better off, if we're to miss the move, we're better off missing the move for that reason. But where would price head to? I think it's going up to here. Where? Up to somewhere here. Asian station high. And that you can use as your TP. If you're already buying though, you can use that as a TP. Yeah. The Voyage, big man, pick me. Give me reasons. Yeah, I'll pick one person very soon. I'll let you guys know. I have a very serious documentation coming for that. So I'm already looking at some of your comments in the recent post that I did on TikTok, and then some of you guys making sense, and we'll see. Good morning from Nigeria. Hey bro, how are you? How do you use Fibonacci? I stretch it across an impulse. So if it's like in this case, I'll stretch my fib from the lowest point here to the highest point here to know of the recent, the most current retracement levels that price could go to, which could be these ones, right? But right now price is not retracing, so we can't do that. How do you identify? Okay, I think I read this. How to identify a point of interest, and to be sure you take a trade without missing the trade. Well, you look at the most recent activity on the charts, because like in this case, I just look at the most recent activity, right? Yeah, it's as easy as that. Sometimes you can look at candles as well, how they're closing. Do you use Doom? What is Doom? The only Doom I know, all my Zambian people know the Doom I know. What do you mean by Doom? I know it could be a trading concept, but what do you mean, bro? You guys come up with these concepts like Doom, and there's one I saw. It's what called what does this mean? Some guy was telling me about CHO. I don't know. Is it something like that? Is it that? Some guy was telling me about this. Yeah, this is Chocho. What is Chocho? I've seen. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, that guy put it. It's not even Chocho. I don't know. What do you guys say it's called this? Change of what? Change of character. Someone said it. Change of character. Yo. Markets have characters, yeah? Yo. Okay. I didn't know. Creation, change of character. Yo. Whoever came up with that concept, the best they could have said is just a change of what? Change of structure, yeah? I know why they come up with these concepts, to be honest. I know why they come up with these concepts. I know why. They just want to sell you a course. Yeah, they just want to sell you something that's more unique. Maybe that's like an ICT or something. Change of character. Doom. Nyabwanji. Yeah, exactly. You see, that's exactly what I meant. The Doom that we know is something different. So that Doom, what do you mean by Doom? Is it a trading concept? Is it a trading concept? Guys, give me a second. I need to pick up a call, right? Just 1 second. Okay? Just give me one good second. So guys, how to get on a call quickly. Change of character is like a reversal. Okay. Someone say Chocoloco. Stop making fun of people's concepts. It works, right? Anyway, guys, whatever works. Just use it, right? Don't mind these people. They just making fun, including myself. Don't mind me. Yeah, please don't mind me. Just have fun, all right? It's not too deep. If it's something that you use, just keep using it. If it works, just keep using it. Yeah. I don't see an entry, guys. So don't force me to look to get into an entry. Someone says buy gold now. No, I don't see an entry. I really don't see an entry yet. Because look, if you look at the left side of gold, right? It's very tricky to look for a buy immediately there as well. Because check, this entire space is some kind of like a resistance level as well. Because of what happened here, all right? We could see candles start to fall around here. So we cannot really look for buys yet there. So we're gonna wait and just see. Let's see the build up on a 5 minutes time frame. Okay, there's nothing really much as yet. So we just need to wait. I think we missed the initial move for this morning. Yeah, the initial move for this early morning, I think we missed it. It was a buy move. Yeah, I ended the sell somewhere here. It was only in profits for like 20 points and price went back, and I think I closed like when this candle pushed up. Yeah, I can only imagine if I kept holding until now. And most of you guys are victims of that, right? If you are wrong and markets show you are wrong, please cut that loss quickly. Okay, it's the best thing you can do for yourself. You make an entry regardless of how far your stop is. If you are wrong, markets prove that you're wrong, cut that loss as quick as you can. It saves you a lot of stress, to be honest. It saves you. Unlike if you make an entry, let's say here, or let's say here, and price moves against you, it's here, then you want to keep holding, moving your stop. Oh, you're going to regret that. You definitely will regret that. I've had situations like that. Example, you take a trade here, right? It's a sell. Let's say markets go against you here. Quickly, before anything else, you move your stop here. Quickly, price goes against you, you move your stop here. Quickly, you move. Look at your stop is getting bigger. It's just getting bigger and bigger. Before you realize it, your account is blown. So don't do that. You see markets printing candles against you, start thinking of closing quickly so you can save yourself the stress. What else are you guys looking at? Let me check that out as well. I've looked at already what? I have looked at already, what is this? Gold and BTC. But what else are you guys looking at? I'll jump on one call, guys. I've got a couple of calls I'm trying to make, guys. Give me a second. I'm still here, though. What time frame do you take your entry from? 15 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes. Okay. Please look at pound USD. All right, I will. Someone moving tech profit to break even in such a situation. Sorry guys, I'm doing some business as well. Making some calls that just caught up with me during the stream. I cannot miss them. Today the trend is up. Yes, it is. If we're going to cut anything, we need to wait maybe for a pullback. We might need to wait for a pullback. I think we missed the initial buy, which was much earlier in the morning. If the market rejects here, what criteria are you looking at to enter sells? Let me see if sells. I wouldn't really make use of sells for now, because if I make use of sells, this is like 280 points. I don't know if maybe price would just come here, which is 180 points, and then maybe turn around. So I wouldn't really look for sells for now. It looks like it's a bullish market for now. So sells, no. Maybe I would wait for price to retrace. Even if it rejects upside, I'll wait for it to retrace. Maybe to come back, retest Asian sessions high. I think it would come back there. Yeah. This level is here. Somewhere there. That's what I'm waiting for. Do you have a specific candlestick pattern that you look for before entering a trade? Yes, I do. Let me show you. It's not one thing though. I've got a couple of scenarios that I use before making an entry. But let me show you some of the scenarios. All right. So maybe you appreciate it. Where's my whiteboard? There we go. No, it's not showing. Okay, there we go. Oh, this is yesterday. We were discussing this yesterday. Let me check this out. All right. So I do have some patterns in a sense. And the first of them, which is the most important, according to me. All right. If let's say you want to make use of buys, right? You want to buy. Let's say price is coming from high to low. Okay. Let's say this is the bearish candle. All right. Okay, fine. Let's draw something better. Yeah, let's say this is a bearish candle. All right. And if this is a bearish candle, let's turn this to red maybe, right? So we can say red for bearish. And then obviously we know that every bearish candle, it needs to have some kind of like a high, which is a high is like this, not the way I put it. Yeah, some kind of like a high, right? And then also let's say some kind of like a low, right? Most cases this is the scenario, right? So, or the high can be as low as the low can be as low as this, the high can be as high as whatever, it doesn't really matter. But let's say it's a bearish candle, right? And then the next candle, right, turns out to be bullish. It opens first, creates a low, as candles normally do, then goes up. When it goes up, it closes bullish. So it's, let's say, black for bullish. All right, so bullish, and then it also has like a low, all right, something like this. It doesn't really care. It could break the recent candle's low. It might not. That's not really the case. So what I mean is, even if this candle, its low does not break the recent candle's low, even if it's like this, there's no problem. All right. But the biggest issue here, I'll tell you where the biggest issue, right? Where I get the confluency, right? And this is my most case, where you call it engulfing, but sometimes they might really need to be engulfing, right? If this market comes here, all right, comes here, it breaks this is going to be the open of the recent bearish candle, while at the same time breaking I'm going to use blue here, breaking the high of the recent candle. My entry normally is around here, so I use this as a stop placement. I use the low of this recent candle just below here as a stop loss placement. And then I could use this exact spot or exactly when this candle closes as my entry. All right. So then that could be, let's say, my entry point right there. All right. So maybe I could make use of entry, like maybe buy or something like that. All right. Buy entry, and then maybe look for price to, let's say, form on the next candle. Right. So next candle open. Maybe it's going to create a low, all right? And most likely it's going to maybe push up like this, all right? Yeah, so This, my friends, is my highest case study. All right. In terms of my entry, this here is my highest case study. If I'm to buy, I'll look for something exactly like this as my confirmation in terms of candlestick closure. All right. Of course, there's many other scenarios besides this one. When it comes down to continuations, I do trade continuations as well. So when it comes down to continuations, I have a different case study as well. Yeah, check out my free course. I have all of those case studies pinned somewhere there because I did share them. Go check out my free course. I do have most of those case studies shared. You should go check them out. Yeah, I'll look at Nasdaq here. Let's look at the Nasdaq. What is the high of the candle? Bro, the high of the candle is the weak part of the candle. That's the highest point of the candle. Let me show you a scenario though. Let me show you a scenario. The high of the candle is something like this. I hope you'll be able to see this though. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. I think you can see this, right? The high of the candle here is this point here. Okay, this is the high of the candle. This is the low of the candle. If I make an entry somewhere here, I'm gonna put my stop just below this candle, so I don't really have a very huge stop. All right. So the high of this candle could be this one. So this could be the high. The next candle would open here like this, create a low first, all right, before it can go up, as normal candles should behave. This kind of way they should behave like this. All right. That's normally how candles behave in actual sense. Gold is going up. Let's see. I still wouldn't buy. I still wouldn't buy here, to be honest. I still wouldn't buy. It looks like prices are so high. I still wouldn't buy. Yeah, we're still waiting here as well for price to come down here, if it will. But let's look at Nasdaq, right? Yeah. I have an X account, but it's not funded yet. Can I join your Telegram? Go try to see if you can. Check the links in the description. Where do I find your free course? There's links in my bio on TikTok. There's links in my description on YouTube. Down to the stream. Yeah. I like that education on candles. Yeah, there's more to it. Just check out my free course. I think you understand most of that. And we have a segment coming up, I think tomorrow. So go down to 4,000. We'll see. That's also a possibility. Where can I get access to the free course? Check the link, guys, to this stream. There's a description. There's a link down there. All right. How about a buy at 4,100? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Just watching for now. Just watching and watching. Maybe we could get one. I don't know. Yeah. Just watching for now. This is Nasdaq. It's been filthy as well. In the sense that you look at the price action here, it's been more consistent to the downside. I do think that this time around, price is trying to aim for the swing highs, right? Yeah, there's a bit of swing highs here. Even if you put it like this, all right, there's a bit of swing highs here. So I do think that price is trying to aim for those swing highs. Yeah, in a sense. I don't think it's done. Even if you were to, let's say, put a Fibonacci on the 4 hour, you draw it from there to here, it's around 61.8. But I still don't think it's done pushing slightly up. It needs to do that. If the trend changes, it maybe might be a result of price having broken. There's a level here. Maybe as a result of price breaking this level. There's a level right somewhere here. There's this candle that's broken that level. You guys see it? Yeah, I think it's much clearer there. there's this level here that price just broke this level here. The level in question is because of these candles. If I take out this watermark for now, I'll put it back. It's as a result of this, yeah, this area here, most likely. So now if you check on the downside, price is coming from a very strong support. All right, this is a very strong support. Now this support has been solidified after price broke the high of this bearish candle. Okay, so this support became strong after price broke the high of this bearish candle. All right, so that means that we still have lots of strength for buyers right here. All right, and there's a high chance that price could still continue moving up slightly. So I think it's just an issue of looking for where we could get an entry here. And maybe we could go down to, let's say, 15 minutes time frame. Yeah, there's an entire area here. You see this arrow where I put it? There's an entire area here, which is this red line. This is an entire zone. All right, it's more of a zone than just a single spot. So this is like a buy zone here, I would say. Area of interest or buy zone. But that's like a buy zone. If price was to come back to it, I would expect it to buy than sell. Yeah. So your expectations could be that if price comes back here, maybe during New York, maybe close to the close of London, which is 11 a.m. I could be expecting that. Where to? To this level. There's a level right here. This level here. So I think this could be the case. Yeah, I'll watch out for this too. I'll look out for BTC, gold, and US tech, which is Nasdaq. All right, and then just see if I could get any trades. For now, there's no trade opportunity on this one as well. I don't think we have any trade opportunity here. No, I don't think we have any. I agree. Yep. Let's just see what happens. In case I don't get a trade in the stream, guys, join the VIP. There's links, like I said, in my description, in my bio. Join the VIP. What's the arrow pointing down? This arrow was the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so I'm gonna put this here. This was the H4 strong support. Okay, or strong area of interest. Strong support, strong area of interest. That's why it's right there. This area here. Yep. So being a strong support, price looks like it came here, rejected, came up. But being a strong support, I would expect price to do something like this. Maybe to push slightly and then come back, retest this level. I would expect something like this. Being a strong support for what it is, I would expect price to do something exactly like that. We'll see anyway. So you're telling me that your whole theory of entries is based on candlestick closure? Yes. Candlestick closure. Sometimes I would make executions while candles are still in motion. And it's quite rare when I do that, but sometimes I would. Yeah. Let's go, guys. Let's like and share the stream. I'm trying to read something here. Can we get back to gold? Yeah, sure. I will flip it back to gold. Let's flip it back to gold. I'll end the stream though very soon. If you guys want to get my actual trades when I get in, join the VIP. It's very easy. It's free. You don't need to pay nobody anything. All right. So just see if you can get inside, and then you most likely will get the setup when I drop the next trade. For now, I'm watching this level 2 just to see what happens there. Yeah, I just want to see if maybe perhaps we could get like a retracement there, which would be more favorable. If we get a retracement, it will be more favorable. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, so wait for buys. If price can come down here, I'll have to readjust this to this candle. Hopefully that candle closes bearish, because it has to be the candle that starts the bearish move that you draw your fib across. Yeah, so hopefully that happens anyway. We'll see. The best case scenario too would be that price continues going to the upside without pulling back, which is also a possibility, right? If that will be the case, then we miss the trade. Yeah, if that'll be the case, then we miss the trade. I cannot see any link to VIP, only Telegram. So join Telegram. Inside Telegram, there's one link pinned that gives you access to the VIP. I think I'll put the link on the on there too. But join Telegram. There's a link that's pinned inside Telegram. Yeah, there's this link here. So if you join Telegram, there's a link that's pinned right there. I'm sure you see it right there. It's pinned. It says access link. So when you click this link, it directs you to how you can get access, right? Yeah. So there you just click. You click start. All right. Yeah. You click start, and then you pick VIP access, unlock VIP free access. So when you click right there, all right. Yeah. You start the process. If you have an account, you just verify that. When you're done doing that, you get inside. Yeah, guys, I'll leave the stream for now. If I get an entry, I'll send it inside the VIP. So at least I shared some of the trade plans with you guys and trade ideas. All right, so we have something to look out for the day. At least in with that regard, right? Yeah, if I come back, maybe in New York. If I don't, I'm still active. I'm still very actively trading. So yeah, if you have an Essence account, like I said, just join the VIP. It's free. You don't need to pay anything. You guys saw the trades that we got yesterday. Yeah, you guys saw the trades that we got yesterday, right? Sure, you can see my screen right there. This was a trade that we got. We got it together though on the stream, right? We got this trade, although it played out perfectly right after we left the stream, and we smashed out over 700 points. Yeah, over 700 points. That was yesterday's trade. So let's see what happens today. We'll see what happens. So if you're on TikTok, if you click the link pinned, I think it's going to direct you into my main Telegram channel. All right. Yeah, where I share trade ideas as well. You know, I update a couple of things, educational resources. Yeah. So when you join inside here, there's a link right here. It says access link. All right. So you click that link. It directs you here. All right, when you're here, just click start, right? I think that's the first button you have. Just click start, unlock free VIP. To unlock free VIP, you quickly need to verify your Essence account. Yes, I have an Essence under you. I'm going to type my email, maybe info@forexsupremes.com. All right, and then enter full names. I am Nathan Alaba. And then put a contact +2609543123666. That's my WhatsApp number. You guys can hit me up on that. Account not linked. That means my account is not connected, right? So you can't get access. But if your account is, you definitely will get a link access to the VIP after you complete this process. All right. So if this pops up, it says account is not linked, you can fix this. So you can change partner. There's a process here on how you can do it. So once you complete this process, what you then do is you just click have moved and created an account, and then you can verify it all over again. All right. So do that as many times as you can. You get inside the VIP. Guys, peace out. Trade safely. I'll see you on the other side. I'm still watching the charts. I'm still very active. Let's trade safely. I will see you guys on the next stream. Hopefully I come back for New York. Yeah. Candle close bearish. Now, I'm not getting into a sell there too. I'm not getting into a sell there. I'm waiting for a pullback. Don't forget, my bias is bullish, so I'm not getting into a sell because price is closing bearish. No. All right. Do you have a WhatsApp channel as well? No. But you can hit me up. I have a WhatsApp contact. If you want to connect on WhatsApp, I think there's a WhatsApp contact right there. You could send me like a WhatsApp message or something like that. Yeah. You could do that. I've been organizing something as well, a much more physical session. I'll let you guys know very soon. Quite interesting. If you are based in Zambia, you'll find this very interesting. I'm still planning that as well. Besides the fact that I want to do that voyage, right? But I told you guys I'll do the voyage, I think, close to September. Meantime, there's something I'm planning. I hope you guys can be a part of it. It's nothing crazy, but it's very educational. Very, very soon. I'll let you guys know about it, and then you guys can join. But if you want us to connect, send me a WhatsApp message. If you can't access the VIP with any of the links, just send me a WhatsApp as well. Hey, bro, I want to join the VIP. I want to copy your trades. I don't want to miss any of the trades that you have coming up. So you can send me a WhatsApp right about now. All right, guys, peace out. Salute. Have a good one. Trade safely and take care. I'll see you guys on the next one.